When I first started at Cambia, I was really excited because I come from an employer where using my pronouns was a huge barrier. And during my interview process and conversations I had had before starting, I was hopeful that this was going to be a totally different environment. What I quickly realized was that although everyone in Portland thinks that using they, them pronouns is pretty easy, it's really hard. And that was what I very quickly learned, was that even in Portland, using they, them pronouns is not normal. After about 9 months of working at Cambia, I realized that constantly being misgendered was not something that I was able to continue having happen. And so we brought in a Trans 101 educator, and that, along with my boss sending out an email to all of my colleagues saying, you know what Max wants for their birthday? They want you to use their pronouns, and here's how to do it. And if you have questions, you can either talk to me or you can go talk to HR. And really, the combination of those two things was what shifted.
My name is Meredith Mello. I use she, her, and hers. At Cambia, I am a software development engineer, level 2, which is pretty cool. Early last year, in 2019, I had finally come out to myself and decided it was time to come out at work. And I was pretty scared initially. I had some friends in the Pride ERG. Eventually I did talk to Max and organized a very clever thing with HR where I was gone for around a day right before the weekend. And my boss talked to my whole team, made sure when I came back on Monday, everything was smooth. It's like nothing has changed in a very pleasant way, if that makes any sense.
One of the things that I've done while at Cambia was to advocate to get a gender-neutral multi-stall bathroom on my floor. And then I was also able to talk to our head of employee experience to say, this is why this is important. This is why we need to be having a gender-neutral bathroom, because right now I am having to stop drinking water so that I have a safe place to pee. And being able to share that story and be able to tell the entire company of like why this is important. And it's so different when you have people who are having this directly impact them be brought to the table, because not only does it change the dynamic, it's not just for this mythical person to be able to have this, it's actually for an individual that you know with and you can build that empathy with.
I am the Chief of Customer Experience and Operations. I've always operated in this space because complicated healthcare has been kind of interesting to me, and certain companies have done it better than others. And as I think about what Cambia is focused on, they really have dedicated time and energy to making our world a bit more seamless. And I think that initially you learn internally with your own staff. You certainly understand the different needs of your population, because if your population is as diverse as Cambia's, then that means that there are different needs within those groups. And so how do you set up those right programs to demonstrate that inclusivity? How do you change some of your processes, again, to make it easy to access? And then you certainly learn. We're not perfect, we don't have it exactly right, but I want us to have a proactive view of how we look at our internal population, learn the approach, the processes, and the things that are needed to, again, impact the external world.